Hey, Gino. Can you hear me? I think it might be freezing.
I can.
You hear me? Obviously, you were frustrated with the defense on Thursday, and even on the post-game show, Paige was saying that remains the focus going forward to continue to improve. You guys held a typically good offensive team of DePaul to only 67 points, but how would you assess kind of their growth, the team's growth on the defensive end, today after what happened last week?
Well, we still have work to do, obviously, and that's going to be ongoing. I don't know that that's, where we're going to look up and say our defense is at a real high level, but it comes and goes. There are times when we're really, really good. There are times when we struggle with it. When we're playing as a unit, we're good, and sometimes we break down. I keep saying we haven't played enough games. We played 12 games, I think we played 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played 12 games. And, normally you would have this many games by the middle of January, not February, almost. So hopefully we can get into some kind of defensive rhythm, but today was a step in the right direction. And we're going to have to keep doing that. But it's funny how if you move well on offense, if your offensive movement is good, your defensive movement tends to be good. And today we had both of those things. The other night we stood around a lot on offense for long stretches, and we stood around a lot on defense.
Bob?
Gino, 7 turnovers in the opening 10 minutes, and it just seemed like the offense really didn't get in sync. What changed in the second quarter to change it? Just taking care of the ball better?
Just making better decisions. We're a team of when we're really good, we're really good, and when we're not, we're not. We don't have that middle of the road yet, and we start off games. I don't like the way we start off games at all. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I'm going to have to, change what I'm doing or whatever. But I don't think we start off the games in an aggressive type of mindset. We're more of a wait and see. But once we got into that groove, once we started playing off each other, I thought it got way better.
Carl?
Gino, how were practices the last 2 days, and was there anything in particular that you really liked about the way your players responded today off the loss?
Well, Friday we didn't do much. We went through a few things that we wanted to address. We had played a lot of minutes the night before. Yesterday, we focused mainly on what we needed to do today defensively, how we were going to guard them, what the matchups were going to be. So it wasn't necessarily an opportunity to really work on our defense, so to speak. And it was very specific about this is what we need to do today against DePaul. And when we go home, we'll have 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, and we'll see what happens to get ready for Wednesday. But I think the key to our season being a successful season at the end is going to be our defense continuing to get better and better and better.
To follow up, to see Paige getting on the floor up 27 to save a loose ball leading to a layup, to see Aaliyah getting on the floor with a big lead, to have freshmen do that, to pick up the things you do, how satisfying was that to see?
Yeah, I was just saying to someone walking in here, it's just lousy playing basketball this time in their lives. There's nothing to get excited about. This is just glorified practice, except you're playing against another team. There's no crowd, there's no energy, there's no, and people would think, well, what's the difference? It's a huge difference. Basketball is meant to be played with the emotion of the game. And these games that I see are devoid of emotion. So you have to create your own. And I thought we did that today. I thought there were a lot of really big plays, not big in what they meant in the game, but big in terms of raising the level of energy and the emotion that you need to play well. There were a bunch of those, and certainly the one you mentioned was a big one. The way we ran the floor and we found people for a couple buckets, those help. But it's not ideal. It is what it is. It's not ideal though. Take what we can get.
Michelle?
Yeah, Coach Auriemma, I know you've addressed this before, but the more we watch Paige, the more I think about, with so much attention that's given to kids today, high school kids and social media and stuff, it seems like it's harder than ever to maybe for them to have a realistic view of what college is like. And so many of them struggle and then transfer because they didn't expect to struggle. What is it about her that she didn't get caught up in that, or at least it doesn't seem like she did, to be able to come into college willing to learn and grow, even as good as she was?
I would venture to say that the players that I've had, I can't speak to other places, but the players that I've had that are on Paige's level, they know they're good, and they embrace the struggle part of it. That they don't necessarily love it in terms of like, wow, I can't wait to go to practice tomorrow and get my butt kicked, and really embrace how hard it's going to be. I'm not saying they do that, but they don't shy away from it. They don't complain about it. They don't want it to be easy. As a matter of fact, she's one of these kids that if you did make it too easy, she would lose respect for you and think that, you're not really trying to help me be the best player I can be. So that's what I take out of, her approach and so many of the other ones that I've had. I think some of the other kids maybe go schools and they're surprised by how difficult it is. They're surprised by the amount of work that they have to put in, or the growth that they have to make mentally, to be good at the college level. And it scares them, it weighs them down, it keeps them from becoming better. Paige looks forward to it. The grind of it, the practices, the games, the shooting drills, I'm not saying she loves it, but she does it because she knows this is what I have to do to be better. And we talk a lot about players like Paige. They may lose their jump shot for a week, or they may struggle in certain parts of the game, but generally speaking, their love of the game doesn't go away, and their level of confidence doesn't go away. And, you saw today, today was like more of an extension of what happened in the second half, where, she waited a little too long in that Arkansas game for her to get going. And she knows that about herself. And today she didn't wait. She started right from the beginning. She's just a confident basketball player. She knows what she can do, and she knows what all the other kids are supposed to be doing, and she tries to help them as much as she can as well.
Thank you.
Dan?
Gino Avina had her 9th straight game with double figures today, and she had 11 rebounds in the first half. So has she just gotten more comfortable with every game that's gone along in the program? And how have you seen her grow this season?
little by little, Avina is settling into a role that she enjoys. Whatever role she thought she was going to have coming in, I don't know. I didn't talk to her about it. But she's settling into a role that she knows she has to have on our team, and she's enjoying it. Shoot when you're open, get the ball to people that are open. Be solid out there defensively. Impact the game in as many ways as you can. I think E understands, who's who and what's what on our team. She knows where she is, in relation to what we need for her to be. And she's embraced it, and she's enjoying it. And every day it shows more and more.
Alexa.
Two quick ones. One, Nika, after starting the Georgetown game, just really seems to be more confident out there, getting into a flow. Have you seen that from her, I guess, on both ends? And then Sailor, playing in her first game today, she shot 3 threes in about, I think it was a minute 45. Did you like that confidence from her just to kind of go out there and shoot her shot?
Well, as far as Nika's concerned, she just needed to play significant minutes, and she has been. And she's becoming more and more comfortable. Her practices are becoming more and more comfortable. She made practice uncomfortable for herself and for me for the longest stretches, and wasn't sure why the carryover onto the court was what it was. And now she has a much better handle on what she can and cannot do. And she just seems to be playing with a lot of confidence right now. And she brings what we need. We need that energy level. We need that toughness. We need that, that grit that she has. Because we don't have a lot of it in a lot of our players, but she certainly has enough for more than one. And Sailor, I think Paige told her when Sailor got in, Paige told her, Sailor, shoot it every time I pass it to you. And I think Sailor really looks up to Paige. And so she shot it every time she touched it. And if we'd have played 3 more minutes, she would have had 10 more shots up. I don't know. But gotta like the kid. She knows what she is. She's not shy about it. So it was just, I'm sure for her, she must have been a nervous wreck.
Sure. Hey guys, congrats on a great win, big win. For Paige, although you had 27 in the game versus Arkansas, was there anything offensively that you took away from that game that you wanted to apply to this one?
Just to be aggressive from the jump. I kind of waited until the second half to start getting aggressive and looking for my shot more. And I think that's a part of what costed us the game. So I was really huge on that coming into this game.
Vicky.
Hey, Kristen, in the second quarter, today the ball moved so much better, and you guys kind of took it up a level. Was there something that it took for you to settle in that quarter and play, get the ball moving more than the first quarter?
Yeah, I thought we got the ball moving more, and we just set into our plays, and we were aggressive in everything that we were doing. So everything flowed better offensively.
Dan.
Kristen, when you used to talk about your 28-point game at Notre Dame, you would always say that you didn't think it was your best game because all you did was score in that game. And tonight you had 29. So what did you think of your performance tonight?
First of all, I didn't know I had that many points. I was just trying to be aggressive. I knew like my shot has been off, so I was just being aggressive and on the offensive boards, defensive boards, and I was just trying to get to the basket. A big part of my game is breaking people down and getting to the hoop, and I thought I've gotten away from that a little bit. So that was a focus coming in the game, is just get fouled, get to the free throw line.
Charlotte.
Hey guys, this is for both of you. Coach had mentioned he thought you guys really played with emotion today, and that's been kind of at times difficult to create with no fans. I was wondering how you think you guys did on that, and then was that also just because coming off the loss, making sure that didn't happen again?
That was a really big emphasis after the Arkansas game. Just how they had more energy than us, they played with more passion and just more firework than us. So coming into this game was really huge for us. We tried to start from the jump. We started off slow, but then we picked it up and we stayed with it. And obviously the no fans thing sucks, but there's no fans for both teams, so we have to bring it for ourselves.
Kristen, you want to add anything?
No, she said it all.
All right, Doug.
Paige, somewhat quiet first quarter, at least scoring wise, but second there you started firing away and the threes were falling. Was that an emphasis for you to be more aggressive, or was that just coming within the flow of the game? Can you kind of discuss your approach there to begin the second?
The first quarter I didn't start off. I think I started off like 0 for 3. But for me, it's just staying aggressive no matter how many shots I miss. My team wants me to be aggressive. Coach wants me to be more aggressive. So just continue to look for my shot, even though I'm still missing. I always have to have that mentality that the next one's going to go in. And so I just try to stay with it in that regard.
Michelle.
Yeah, it's Kristen, this of all I feel like the crazy good streaks UConn has, this almost 30-year streak of not losing back-to-back games is the most amazing. Are you aware of that? I mean, did that play into your mind at all that you guys, this program hasn't lost back-to-back games since 93, or is that not something you thought about?
No, that's not something that crossed my mind. We're just staying focused and taking it game by game. Of course, we don't want to lose 2 in a row, but unfortunately, we lost against Arkansas, but we got the dub today, so we don't really pay attention to the streaks and stuff like that. But that's a cool fact to know.
Do you think that the game against Arkansas, in some ways, you're going to look back and see more good? I know losing, nobody likes to do that, but you think you'll see some more good in that than bad?
Unfortunately, it sucks that we lost, but I feel like we learned a lot from it already, and I feel like it's gonna help us in the long run. I feel like it struck something in us that we needed to get better moving forward. So.
Thank you.
Kai.
This one's for Paige, I guess. With the loss and then to come back, obviously you guys don't want to lose 2 in a row, but how important is it to come out and be consistent from start to finish? And I know for you also, not just to score, but to kind of get your teammates involved as well with assists.
Yeah, it was really big for us. In the Tennessee game as well, we kind of started off slow and then we brought ourselves back into the game late. So just for us to play a full 40 minutes was really huge for us. And it's the key to winning. And I think we learned a lot from that Arkansas game. And part of it was just being able to play a full 40 minutes, just hard with effort and energy.
Alexa. Hi guys, either of you can answer this, but today's game was the first nationally televised game for women's basketball ever on Fox, like the main Fox network. And I was just curious if that was something you had thought about, if that was meaningful at all to you to be part of that, and how you hope that you guys can help promote the game by having, your games nationally televised like that on a network.
Wow, y'all throwing a lot of facts in us that we didn't know. Well, I didn't know. Did you know that?
I knew.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know, but I'm honored to be able to play on Fox and be a part of the first team on there. Wow, that's cool. Or women's team, I guess you say.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Roger.
Paige, you had mentioned after the game how important it is going forward to keep on getting better defensively. I'm just wondering how you thought you guys did today defensively coming off that Arkansas game.
I thought we did pretty well. They played a similar game to Arkansas, where they're looking to get by us on the dribble, looking to take a lot of threes. So just being able to defend the ball better and keeping players in front of us so we don't have to help and leave shooters open was really big for us. And I thought we did a pretty good job. We started off a little slow in the first half, but the second half we really picked it up defensively, and it made our offense better as well.
Doug?
Paige, Gino said you told Saylor to shoot the ball every time she got it. I don't know if he was kidding or not, but regardless, did you like her aggressiveness today? And also kind of how have you seen her just, develop in practice here the last few days?
Yeah, no, I told her, we were checking in together. I said, Saylor, I'm going to pass it to you, shoot it every time you touch it. That's what she does in practice. She shoots the ball really, really well. She pulls it from anywhere, really. So we have to guard that in practice. So I said, all right, go make DePaul guard it. So she's been really aggressive, just in her entering UConn early has been really seamless. So I just wanted her to do what she does in practice.
And she did. She went out there and shot it.
Okay, we're going to go to Gabby and Maria to end it up. Gabby, you want to go?
Awesome. Thanks. I just have two quick questions for you. The first is just Coach brought up that it's about creating your own energy because you don't have the fans, you don't have that excitement in there. Where do you guys feel like you create your own energy during games? Is it in a big play? Is it in the little things you do? I'll leave it to whichever one of you wants to take it.
I feel like it's just executing the stuff that we know we need to get right that excites us. And like, obviously you just have to bring energy. I mean, we bring energy in practice, so it just carries over to the game. It's difficult to withstand that for 40 minutes, but that's something that we have to, mentally tell ourselves, like, we have to do this because there's no fans. We have nobody else to rely on. So, yeah, that's just a main focus now. It's bringing energy every minute of the game.
And then just to follow up to Alexa's question, piggybacking off that first Fox game, but really Wednesday is actually National Girls and Women's in Sports Day. And UConn is such a unique place to be playing women's basketball for so many reasons. But one of them is the attention that's on you ladies. What have you learned in your experience, Paige, whether it's your short time here, Kristen, a little bit longer? What have you learned in your experience that inspires you about the future of women's sports in your experience at UConn?
No, I mean, yeah, UConn women's basketball is a really, it's kind of a household thing. Everybody knows the women's basketball program just because of the historic and all the championships and obviously Coach and what he's done with the whole program. But it just means a lot for us to get that attention because I know previous players and Coach, they worked really hard for it and they deserve it. But no, just trying to grow the women's game and just get more attention and get more respect that I think we deserve is really important for us.
Thanks, guys. I know that was a little out of left field.
All right, Maria, you want to finish us off?
Sure. So I've heard both you guys and Coach just reference this idea of slow starts. And I know just bringing energy is a big part of working on that. But what about technically speaking, is it just a matter of you're surveying, what the defense is giving you? What do you think is behind the idea of a slow start?
A slow start is for us is just not executing what we know we should have executed. Like the things we practice and shoot around, we came out and didn't do it the first couple minutes. So that's considered a slow start for us. And then the second quarter, we picked it up. We started getting things right. And you can just tell the game started moving differently for us.